It is hard to imagine Tesla without Elon Musk as the CEO. Tesla is Elon Musk, but it looks like it's becoming more and more of a possibility in the next few years based on the recent reports, which I consider to be one of the biggest Tesla-related news of this year that somehow went unnoticed. I will tell you all about it in case if you haven't heard, and we will talk about why Elon may not continue as Tesla's CEO in the future, what would make him leave, who could possibly replace him, and will a huge move like this benefit or hurt the brand of Tesla? And we're going to do it all right now. Welcome to E4 Electric, your #1 source of electric car scoop. If this is your first time here, go ahead and click on that subscribe button and the bell notification icon so you don't miss anything moving forward. Alright, just in case if you haven't heard, there was a recent report that back in 2015, Elon Musk tried to hire Herbert Diess, who is now the CEO and the chairman of the Volkswagen Group, as the CEO of Tesla. Back then, Herbert Diess was leaving BMW to essentially end up at the Volkswagen Group, leading one of the biggest electrification efforts for any car manufacturer, but it looks like Elon went after him at that time. Now, I have to say, I was shocked, and I was even more shocked that this wasn't the top headline in all electric car publications for like weeks and weeks and weeks. I mean, this is huge, though I have to admit that I did not include this story in my news digest either, but it's so I could save all of this information for you guys to make this video. Obviously, now we know that Diess has declined Elon's offer, but at the same time, it kind of created a friendship between the two. As you remember, last year, Elon visited Herbert in Germany and test drove the ID3 and ID4, and it looks like their relationship is very friendly. Now, the big news, of course, is that Elon even wanted to give up his title as the CEO, and there's a pretty reasonable chance that he still does. But if you think about it, the fun part of building the Tesla empire is almost over. It is the most valued automaker in the world. It is by far the leader in developing and producing electric cars with energy products on top of that. It has a full lineup of electric vehicles with the Cybertruck, the semi-truck, and the $25,000 electric vehicle coming. Factories in the US, Europe, and China. Tesla is the car company of the world. Pretty much everything Elon set out to accomplish and beyond that has been accomplished, and he may just be getting a little bored. Because remember, back in 2013, when Tesla was still having trouble and Elon was looking to sell it to Google, his biggest requirement was that he was going to stay on for at least about 8 years until the third generation mainstream electric car was produced. And even though the sale never happened because the sales of the Model S have picked up and Tesla started doing better and better, and of course the rest is history, it kind of gave us a pretty good insight in what Elon's goals were at that time. But now that he has accomplished all of those goals, or at least very close to it, the rest of it is pretty boring. It is now all about the logistics, the growth, the adjustments, the innovation, and the fight is over. I don't know if you noticed, but the earnings calls have gotten kind of boring. The unveilings have run dry, at least for Tesla. But not for Elon's other companies like SpaceX and Neuralink. Those are just starting, and they still need a great frontman because the most exciting part for both of those companies is still yet to come. So I think it's pretty reasonable to assume that Elon may come to a realization that the most interesting and important part for him to participate as far as Tesla is concerned is over. By the way, I'm not suggesting that Elon would leave Tesla altogether. I think he will give up the title and the responsibilities of the CEO, but he will still stay on as a chairman or the CTO or the chief engineer. I think he still wants to be involved in the nitty-gritty parts of engineering the next generation of cars, batteries, and self-driving technology. And even if we assume that Elon has a huge ego, which I think would be a very reasonable assumption, I still think that ego probably doesn't even need the title anymore. I mean, he is Elon Musk. That's bigger than any title. He has even been fooling around with the title in his Twitter account's header, changing it to something weird or funny, but it's almost never the CEO of something anymore. He was actually recently asked during the earnings call for the Q4 of 2020 about this particular topic. And before I let you know what he said, a quick reminder that this video and this channel is sponsored by NeoCharge. Want to buy another electric car but don't want to deal with paying an electrician to rewire your home for that second charger? Well, check out the Smart Splitter by NeoCharge. Charge both cars with one outlet using the Smart Splitter and never drop a penny on an electrician. Get your discount code in the description of this video.
I expect to be CEO of Tesla for several years. So I think there's still a lot that I'm super excited about doing, and I think it would be hard to leave a lot of these great projects halfway or partway done. So yeah, I do expect to be running a company for several years into the future. Now, obviously, nobody is or should be CEO forever. So I don't expect to be. It's like the sheer amount of work required to be CEO of Tesla is insane. I think I do probably more. Well, I definitely do more technical work than is typical for a CEO. So it would be nice to have a bit more free time on my hands.
Yes, he also wants to be a normal human being and spend time with his family like everybody else before he gets back to, the world domination. And don't forget, Elon is not Tesla's first CEO. He is not even second or third. He is fourth Tesla CEO. He said that he never really wanted the job because at that time he was trying to start a rocket company, which now we know as SpaceX. Also, if you remember a couple of years ago, as part of the settlement with SEC, Elon lost his job as the chairman of Tesla, and it doesn't seem like he missed that. As a matter of fact, once 3 years pass and he is able to get that job back, I have a feeling he may not want it. And he may feel the same about his job as the CEO of a publicly traded company. Remember, once again, back in the day, he was trying to take Tesla private. But the big question is, who can replace Elon? Now, as a frontman of Tesla, no one. And I don't think he's going to be giving up that job. I hope he won't be giving up that job. However, the CEO title and the position is essentially a pretty boring one, and there are tons of people who I think will qualify. Someone who will be a good, unnoticeable CEO. So will that person come from outside of Tesla, or is he or she already working for one of Elon's companies like Tesla, SpaceX, or Neuralink? Let me know in the comment section, who do you think would make a good Tesla CEO? But if you ask me, knowing everything I know about Elon, it's probably going to be someone close to him. But I don't think it's going to be his immediate family. His brother Kimball is actually pretty busy with his own projects, so is his mom May. I don't think Grimes wants to be the CEO of Tesla, though that would be kind of cool. I think this is going to be someone who's been around Elon in one of his companies for a long time and has been quietly doing his or her job of logistics or procedures or something, boring like what you need out of a CEO. Honestly, I'm surprised that JB did not become the CEO of Tesla, especially now we know that Elon was looking, because I think he would have made a perfect Tesla CEO. But at the end of the day, if and when that happens, I think it's going to be someone who we have never heard before, and I think that's the whole point. And the last big question that I would like to tackle is whether or not it's going to be good for you and me, the consumers. Will Tesla be a better company for consumers if someone else takes over as the CEO? And my answer is yes. I think as Elon was growing Tesla, he has abandoned and really didn't care for a lot of things that a company like Tesla now, a giant, would definitely need. One thing that a new CEO will probably improve would be the customer service. For that, Tesla would have to build even more service centers, body shops, hire people for phone and live chat support so people don't have to wait on hold for over an hour, which means implementing new and stronger procedures and uniformed guidelines. Another thing that a new CEO can probably improve is quality assurance. At some point, poor build quality will catch up not only to sales, but the amount of money they have to spend on repairs. And another thing that Elon has completely abandoned was the PR department. Tesla does need to interact with public through media, and I don't mean Elon's Twitter account. And of course, there are a few other things that a new CEO can improve, which will make the job of Elon Musk, which will continue to be the front man of Tesla, much easier. Now, don't expect Elon to quit next month, but I think it will happen sooner than most of us think. And of course, it will be a big, extravagant announcement that will be highly entertaining. All right, I'm looking forward to all of your comments, guesses, and suggestions for Tesla's new CEO. Other than that, see you guys next time, and remember to stay charged.